So Jon,
Yeah.
Orlando, welcome to Latino
Wait,
Show.
did we start yet? Oh, we did. Oh,
You
sorry.
did it, buddy?
I don't know what's going on.
Thank you for coming. Finally, the big boss show up to the podcast.
Shit.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for your. I know there's a lot of traffic today.
Dude, what's going on in this town?
I don't even know. Like I was.
You can't go anywhere anymore. It's like being in LA.
We spent like I went to the store because I gotta buy like some couple of things for the photo shops, and I also spent like an hour. Like,
Yeah.
An hour like on the Vegas Boulevard. I was like, what's
Yeah,
going on
that's
over
where I
here?
was.
That was crazy.
It just took me 40 minutes to go from Planet Hollywood to the freeway. Just to get on the freeway, 40 minutes.
I don't know, like some convention or something like that today?
I don't know. It's like construction. They're doing it over by Tropicana. It's all tore up.
Vegas is in construction since, I don't know, like 10 years ago when I used to live here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No more people. If you're from LA, stay there. Don't come here anymore. You're not welcome.
Not even to Tucson.
Even though I came from LA.
Those fuckers just came to like move into Tucson and make everything crazy over there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people from California in Tucson. So, Jon, thank you very much for being here. Just now, I know you don't have too much time, but it's my pleasure to have you in my podcast.
Yeah, man, I love it. We went from talking about this to boom. You've been cranking out shows. This is great.
I've been practice. I was like kind of nervous on the first when Billy told me in the age, you're gonna be with Jon in podcast. Like, oh my god. So I was like reading podcasts. I was like, I was like studying on I don't know, somebody like the other guys you do on podcasts too. Like I think Michael did it.
Yeah.
But that guy not even let you talk, bro. How do you do with that?
Michael Sartain?
Yeah. Like I wanted to learn, like what kind of question you gonna make? Well, Jon acting when he's not the host in the podcast, but he don't even let you talk.
There's a lot of all the guests are different, man. There's some, my dad's the same way. If you have my dad on, you'll ask one question probably the whole time for an hour, and then he just goes. But he gives you fucking nugget after nugget after nugget, like great clips, great sound bites.
Don't get me wrong. That guy's very smart.
Yeah,
Just listen to it because he can talk. Like I love the way he talk. But I see like he was reading like I don't know, like 400 and something book.
Yeah.
I've been trying to read one and I couldn't.
I can't read a book. I don't have time. I don't have the patience for it. I can't do it. Michael Sartain, he'll do audiobooks. He does, and he listens to them at like 3 times the speed. Like there's a setting you can do, like you listen to the voice like 3 times, like sped up, like 3 times more than normal. And he does it that way. I haven't tried that, but I don't know. I don't have the patience to read a book. I can't do it.
I've been trying. I actually had it in my backpack, like how does that called? The Ed Milet book, the last one.
Oh yeah, I love Ed Milet.
That one is like a one more, like what is that like? What is that called?
One more.
One more, yeah, one more. Like, but what is that? The right one.
Forgot.
I forgot to actually. I told you last night, but I was like one more try or something like that. But those like I keep trying to, but I fall asleep when I start reading.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same way.
Don't you know that you had that name Orlando? You know that's my second name.
Really?
That's my maiden name. My name is Luis Orlando Apodaca.
Really?
Yeah.
So Orlando is not even my real last name.
So where did you get that from?
It was my uncle's first name.
Oh, there you
So
go.
my dad's real name is Michael Anthony Orlando Casavides.
Casavides.
It's a Greek.
So which
name.
one's the your real name?
Jon Casavides.
So where did you come from?
So my dad, when he started singing, this is back in the 60s, they were like, Michael Casavides doesn't sound cool enough. You need a stage name.
Oh, yeah.
So he took his middle name, Anthony, shortened it to Tony, and then his other middle name, my dad's Puerto Rican, so he's got 50 names, but and Orlando was my uncle's first name. So that's how he got Tony Orlando. And then when I started doing stand-up comedy back in like 93, before you were born, probably, what year were you born?
82.
Shit, okay. All right.
You look great.
I feel better. But yeah, I just used Orlando because it just made sense. It was just easier.
There you go. So that was like, he's not my middle name too.
Yeah.
So Jon, I heard when the first time that I met you, you told me that you tried to play baseball.
Yeah.
What happened with that? What's wrong with that? Why
You
come
have
don't
to be
keep doing it?
you have to be really good, apparently.
But if you try, it's because you're really good.
Yeah. You have to be really good when you move, as you move up. Yeah, I was like great in Little League, and then good in high school, and then that was it. You know?
You never tried again?
No. I came here. I tried to walk on here at UNLV, and I showed up to tryouts in like 1988, August of '88.
Wow.
And it was 120 degrees out on the field with your cleats. It felt brutal, and everyone looked so big, like men. Like I weighed 100. I graduated high school. I weighed 145 pounds.
Wow.
I'm like 175 now, and I just
175,
and I just lost 30 pounds in the last 4 months. Yeah. So when I got out there and I played shortstop, I get out there and these guys were like fucking like you. They look like men, you know. And I was like, oh, I'm fucked. I knew I was fucked at tryouts. I was like, oh, I'm so fucked. And then they would hit at shortstop. They lined up if you were. I played short, but if you wanted to be an infielder as your tryout position, they lined everyone up at short.
Oh yeah, everybody's do that.
And okay,
I don't know if it is still doing that, but when I used to play, yeah, that's what I used to do.
Okay, so except first baseman, obviously, but so if you played second, short, or third, they lined everyone up at short. So it was like 50 of us.
Oh my God.
Trying to walk on, and they'd hit you 3 ground balls, one right at you, one to your right in the hole, one to your left in the hole. Okay, so the first one he hits right at me, no problem. Clean, throw it, and good, right? And I'm fucking, that throw, like I'm throwing it as hard as I can because I see how big these guys are. And I'm like, I got to have some.
Fired over there.
Right, okay. I released the ball after the first ground ball. I released the ball and I hear the crack of the bat. This fucking guy is Coach Dallimore. Fred Dallimore was the coach back then. He already's hitting the next ball to me, to my right, deep in the hole. I'm like, oh shit, like I wasn't even set, you know? Like I just released the ball. So I go to my right, I fucking fall/dive on the ball, pick it up. Now I got one foot on my back foot's on the grass, and I go to throw, and I fucking uncorked this throw, and it hits a tractor. It was so off. I had a tractor that was like that was in foul territory to drag the field, you know, like the tractor. So I hit this tractor. It's like bing.
They send you home after that.
No. Then I throw that. I get set. He hits a ball to my left. I fucking go to my left and I try to do some sort of fucking spin move, throw, you know, complete 360 and throw. Hit the tractor again. Bing!
Down with the second time.
Second time. And I was like, oh man, this is embarrassing. Then we took BP in a cage, not on the field. So he had us go in the cage. And do you remember a pitcher named Donovan Osborne?
Yeah.
Played for the Cardinals?
Yeah.
He went to UNLV.
Oh,
so he's a senior that year. I think he was either a junior or senior. So he's throwing BP to us, but he's throwing like, fuck these kids, like fuck these little punks. Let's see if you can hit the heat, you know? So he's just bringing it.
That's so rude, bro. Like, you know, they used to like, actually in tryout, this is gotta like be like a regular BP, like coaching.
No, this guy was bringing it. Bringing it.
So they don't want you there.
I'm just trying to make contact. Like, forget hit, you know, I'm just literally trying to make contact. And the coach pulls me aside after, and he's like, son, you got some skills. You're not ready for this. You need to go to a JC. Why don't you go to a JC for a couple of years, put some weight on? He goes, you're not walking on to this program or any Division I program unless you are 6'6".
Oh my God.
Or unless, back then, I don't know how it is now, but back then you ran the 60, not the 40.
They used to be back then like this, like that rule was old already.
Okay.
I think since like Jose Altuve. That rule.
So okay, so he was like, "You're not walking on in this program unless you're 6'6", or unless you run a 6'6", 60, or unless your last name is Mays and you're related to Willie." And that was the end of my baseball career and the beginning of my very long softball career.
Oh my God! You know, John, you know that you are on Latino Junkeez, right? How's your Spanish?
Man. Estudio español en la universidad para 6 años, pero no entiendo nada.
That's why we brought this time for a little bit like it's gonna be like a Spanglish podcast today.
Yeah.
Yadira Ornelas from de Tucson, Arizona. La traímos directamente de allá.
Hola.
Yadira, háblame de quién eres un poco.
Ok.
Aparte de ser mi novia, ¿no?
Soy Yadira Ornelas, nací en Los Ángeles, California. Solo nací en Los Ángeles, California, porque mi papá es de Guadalajara, Jalisco, mi mamá es de Hermosillo, Sonora. Nacimos todos mis hermanos y yo allá. Después nos llevaron a México a vivir. Crecí con la cultura latina, crecí con la cultura 100% mexicana, orgullosa de mi país. Después, en realidad tengo poco tiempo. En sí, tengo poco tiempo. Yo creo que llevo como 10 años apenas viviendo aquí en Estados Unidos. Tengo 2 hijas, tengo un negocio en Tucson, Arizona, y tengo un novio.
So I got
Let me see, let me
United
check.
States. I got something about Arizona. Something about after we went to Mexico or something.
She lived like a little bit short. I'm gonna get the resume. And she said she's from. She born in Alet, East LA.
Okay.
Like she just doesn't spend too much time over there because their parents they're from Guadalajara.
Okay.
So they moved to Mexico. She had to say she have 2 daughters. She had their own business, and she have a boyfriend.
That's basically what I thought you said.
So you most of the time you understand them speak, right?
Yeah, I mean a little, but yeah, it's like when I go to Mexico. I haven't been to Mexico in a while, or like Cabo, but like I struggle. Like I try to order in Spanish and stuff, and I know they're looking at me like this guy's an idiot.
For
Like,
me, I think it's like Spanish is like a little bit more easy than English to learn.
really?
Yeah, I never went to school to learn English. I just learned on the street.
Wow.
I just like I was like a funny things that when I got here, I get to Melbourne my first time that I came to the United States. It was so hard for me to like. I don't like to bother people to ask for favor. Like, hey, can you take me over there? Like, order food. Say like, oh, okay. So a friend told me, like, hey, you gotta do like this. You gotta say, I want number 1. The person's gonna say something, but he didn't explain me what. They're gonna say something. You're gonna respond, orange juice. After the orange juice, she's gonna say something else. She's gonna say to go, but she gave me only 3 things. After that, she asked me something else. I said, oh shit, they got me. So I was like, gotta call somebody else to help me out. Mm-hmm. But that was like English is for me. I think you learn English when you really like necessity make you learn.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that easy. I was like a very hard, like a lot of coaches when I used to play bass, a lot of coaches told me like, you gotta learn, especially because you're a catcher.
Yeah.
To be able to move up, it's like you gotta speak Spanish. You gotta speak English.
Yeah.
And it was like a very annoying when I have the meeting or stuff like that. So I got the translated people over here. But when you move up like an OA, AA, AAA,
Yeah.
it's not too many Spanish speaking over there.
Yeah. Yeah. When I, it's funny, when I was in high school, I took Spanish twice in high school. I got A's every year. And then I came to UNLV and I took Spanish, and they only speak Spanish in class. He won't speak English, the professor, at all. I was so lost. I didn't know what was going on. I was so frustrated. I could not grasp it. And he was just talking fast, and it just, no good.
Yeah. That was like, was very, very, very difficult. When you're not the language, they make you everything difficult.
Right.
But when you really necessarily make me learn, when I need to like buy phone calls, like calling cards, to be able to call my family in Venezuela, to be able to ask him for food, to be able to like, you know, if I didn't speak English, they don't gonna like move me up. That was a big like wall in the organization. He told me, yeah, you're good, you do their job. You do what you're supposed to do in the field, but we need you to speak English.
Right.
And I don't know, like I was like one day I was 6 months in the United States, went back to Venezuela. When I came back for spring training the following years, I was like, kind of like, I don't know, make me easy, like understand, like try to speak English, try to get a girlfriend in American, in English. So that was like one of the main things. Every baseball player, when they got here, try to speak English because they want to get girls.
Right.
So that was like very necessary.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, Yadira, entonces, ¿de qué se trata tu exitoso negocio en Tucson?
Es un salón de eventos donde haces Piñatas, bodas, quinceañeras, un poquito de todo.
Siempre he escuchado que siempre has tenido competencia con los otros locales. ¿Cómo haces tú para poder mantener el nivel de tu trabajo?
¿Sabes una cosa? Yo no considero que sea competencia, porque en sí es un salón de eventos, vaya, pero no es un salón que pueda no tanto competir contra otros salones, porque es más bien yo me presto a la
necesidad del público.
A la necesidad, exactamente, ¿no? Al cuánto quieres gastar. Entonces yo pienso que hay otros salones. Es una ciudad chica en sí. Tú sabes que Tucson es una ciudad chica. Entonces no es como que al presupuesto, vaya, ya encontré la palabra. Yo me pongo al presupuesto de la gente. Entonces yo no puedo estar compitiendo en un salón, vaya, tan grande, que tiene más lujos, porque para mí es un presupuesto para cualquier tipo de gente que quiera hacer, ya sea una boda, cuánto quieres gastar. Entonces yo pienso que nada, que mi competencia es yo misma, ¿no? Dar un mejor servicio a la gente.
Yo pienso que tú vas a la necesidad de las personas y estás para ayudar a las personas.
Exacto.
A cualquier tipo de evento que ellas quieren hacer.
Sí, más que nada es eso, porque pues pienso yo en la gente que más o menos qué es lo que quiere gastar o cuánto quiere gastar. Ahorita no es como para una piñata, por ejemplo, no vas a gastar miles de dólares como en una quinceañera o como en una boda. Entonces yo pienso que nada más es enfocarte en el tipo de gente, que es lo que más hace. Una quinceañera es una vez al año, una piñata también, ¿no? Pero digo, uno como papá se prepara para la quinceañera de su hijo con mucho tiempo porque sabes que vas a gastar más dinero. En cambio, una piñata puede ser algo más económico.
You get that, Jon?
Nothing. More money. Was there something about more money at the end, just now?
George understand.
Jon, what is your goal in podcast?
Where's what?
Your goal.
Oh, man. Shit. I'd love to be the next Joe Rogan. That's not going to happen. I'm pretty content. I mean, I'd love to have, you always want more listeners, more followers, all that stuff. But, it was something I started doing for fun, and it turned into, at least, it pays the bills, So I'm content. I love, there's a couple guests on my bucket list. I mean, I had Dana White. That was a number one.
That's amazing.
I really want to have Conor McGregor. I really want to have Mike Tyson. So
you think that's possible?
I do. I think so. Yeah, I've known Mike a long time. We don't hang out. We have hung out in the past. More ran into each other and then hung out the rest of the night kind of thing. Like here in Vegas, I run into a club or whatever, and we go, to another club or whatever. But Conor, I've never met, but I know his manager. And I'm kind of hopeful. I think with him doing Ultimate Fighter this season, I'm pretty sure we can get him on. Like when they start really pushing, media to the show. I think I've done enough that I can get him at least on Zoom, even if it's not in studio. I'm pretty sure I can at least get him for 5-10 minutes.
How was the experience with Grant Cardone?
That was really cool. I mean, because I had followed him obviously for a long time, and I had never met him. And after I had Dana on, like maybe a week or two later, I get a DM on Action Junkeez on Instagram from Grant Cardone. It says, "Hey, great job with the podcast. Amazing. Keep it up, GC." I had to look at the page is this really him? Like, even though I saw the verified, I was like, no, this has to be like a fake account with a fake verified. Like, I couldn't get my head wrapped around it, and I wrote him back and he didn't say anything back. And like literally same day, 4 hours later, it was on a Saturday, I go to the UFC fight here at the Apex, and in between fights, I happen to look over to my left, and there's Grant Cardone walking in.
Oh my God.
Same day he messaged me. I was like, oh shit, he's in town. So he went back in the VIP, and luckily I have access. So I followed him back. I figured he's going back there to eat. So I gave him like 20 minutes. I was like, okay, maybe he's done eating. I went in there and he was talking to a bunch of people. I tapped him on the shoulder and he turned around. And before I could even I started to say, hey, you sent me a nice message today. Before I could even finish saying it, he's like, oh, hey, Jon. I was like, hey. And I was like, wow, thank you for the message. It was really nice. He's like, yeah, I saw your message, saw what you're doing with Dana and stuff. Congrats. And I said, man, I don't know how long you're in town, but I would love to have you on Action Junkeez if you got time. And he said, how long's the show? I said, in a perfect world, it's an hour. In a not so perfect world, however long you want to sit there with me, 10 minutes, whatever. And he said, how about 45 minutes on Tuesday morning? I said, done. And he showed up right on time Tuesday morning.
That was funny because I was there in the same fight. We almost about to like meet at that time, but Billy just invited me over there. It was the same. It was the same situation. Actually, Billy told me like, hey, you know Grant Cardone? I said, yeah. Where I know where it is. I follow him, like, listen to his podcasts and like recommendation and everything to make money. And he said, yeah, he's here. Yo, what the fuck? Like, crazy. I never feel like that for some like how does that call, influences like that? I was like, not even for baseball player, not even for, I don't know, because I was the same, like I was in the same level. But with Greg Cardone, it was something big for me. Actually, I was with her in the fight, and I saw him like go into the VIP room. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't fucking wait. I just fucking, okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to go to a restaurant. And I know he was there. But he was the bathroom. I say, fuck, I don't care if we go to the bathroom or not. I'm going to fucking like meet him. And he was like, hey, Grant, this is Luis. Oh, he was shaking my hands like he knows me. Yeah. Like, it was very nice. It was places, bro. I was like, bro, it was very nice to meet you. So I like the way you are. He said, like, bro, nice to meet you. So I'm going to go to a restaurant. I'll be right back. But no, I just feel bad, like, wait for him after he went into the bathroom and stuff like that. It was an amazing time. Yeah. It's so cool over there at the Apex because you never know who you're going to meet over there. I know. A lot of people that you don't even... I was like YouTube stars that day. I don't even know who that is. But Billy told me about it. Like, there's a lot of good people that go over there.
Every single time you go over there. And the fights over there are amazing. It's just, you hear it. It's just more intimate. You hear what's going on in there.
People see me like big with tattoo or around my body, but I never fight. Yeah. I never fight in my life. And before, I couldn't even see fight because when I see fights especially in the street or on TV, I get a headache. I couldn't even like handle it like people like that sounds. Right. I couldn't handle it, but after that, when I start coming up to the fight, it feels good. It's like another sport. Yeah. It's another sport, like a difficult sport because it's like very hard, like getting there, like to receive punches and kick and everything. Yeah. Like I wouldn't do it.
No way.
I wouldn't do that, not ever at all.
No way. That's a next level of crazy, man. I don't know what I wouldn't want to get in there and do that for a living. I know, only if you had to survive. There's no reason to opt into that.
Not even in the street. I try to avoid it. Every
avoid
kind
it.
Of fight.
It's not worth it.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
So Yadira, ¿qué le puedes recomendar a todas esas mujeres que quieren emprender en su negocio, que están comenzando? ¿Cómo puedes? ¿Qué le recomiendas? ¿Cuál es tu llave para seguir adelante?
Seguir adelante sin miedo, haciendo lo que les gusta. Hace poco tiempo lo dije, si de verdad te apasiona, ya sea tu tienda de ropa, ya sea tu negocio de tacos, hazlo con pasión y hazlo con gusto. Yo pienso que día a día no es de que nada más en la vida hay una sola oportunidad. Es día a día tienes la oportunidad primero de levantarte y hacer lo que te gusta. En este caso, si tú estás emprendiendo un negocio, que lo hagas con pasión y que no tires la toalla, como decimos los latinos, tan rápido, porque un negocio es como una plantita. Se va sembrando día a día y vas agarrando tus clientes y vas haciéndote, no vas a abrir un negocio con todos. ¿Por qué no? Mucha gente abres ya su negocio porque tiene una tienda en su casa de ropa y a lo mejor ya la gente la va siguiendo o haces cositas, decoraciones. Pero ya cuando tienes tu negocio en sí, sea grande o sea pequeño, yo les puedo dar el consejo de que háganlo con pasión día a día y ponerlo en las manos de Dios. Sobre todo eso, ponerlo en las manos de Dios y darle para adelante.
Oye, una pregunta, ¿y qué le pasó a México en el Mundial de Fútbol?
Ay, ya empezó.
It was so funny because he was the World Cup. The World Cup. He was like, I don't even like watching football, soccer, stuff like that. And that day we went out. We went out the night before, and she woke me up like crazy because that game was like Mexico against Argentina. So that was like, she wakes me up, hey, let's go. She wakes everybody up, like, everyone, let's go. I paid for the apps and everything. She went to her house and came back with the Mexico jersey, stuff like that. After like 2-0, She don't even like. She left home. She didn't even say hi, bye. She don't even like. She walk away.
Really?
Like, and she pay everybody. Like, I pay for the abs because I didn't plan to watch the
Trying.
workout. But she dying from Mexico. That's
Wow.
the first Mexican lady or persons that she born in LA in United States, but she just if you cut her skin, I think
100%
it's that
mexicana.
green, white, and red.
Really?
The red flat.
Orgullosamente mexicana y orgullosamente latina también. Pero yo amo mi México. Amo mi México y me siento bien segura, bien orgullosa, perdón. Segura no tanto, pero segura por el problema de México ahora, pero orgullosamente mexicana, sí, yo lo digo bien feliz. Soy latina y mexicana.
John, what kind of advice you can give to the people that wanted to do podcasts for first time?
Don't overthink it. Just do it. Just do it. You can do it. You know, even if you can't do this in a studio, all you need is that iPhone. I was reaching between my legs because I thought my phone was there. All you need is this phone, you know, and you can start your own podcast. You don't need anyone to give you the job or anything. Just start doing it. Just start talking. Put it up on Instagram. It's free. Like, you can literally start and it's free, and you can build it. And you know, obviously you'll get better and better the more you do it. And just to do it, you know, I think people are afraid to fail, and you can't be afraid to fail. Just failing is not trying. That's it. Other than that, you're good. You're only going to get better. You know, just do it.
Where can people find you?
Jon Orlando, Jon Orlando at Instagram and TikTok, or Action Junkeez, Junkeez, just like Latino Junkeez, but Action Junkeez. We're on Spotify and yeah, that's it.
Did you get to contact Ed Milet yet?
No, I didn't, but I need to I have a couple of friends that I know that they have his phone number. It's just funny you said that. I was just thinking that because I told you that story. Yeah. I was just thinking about it. Literally yesterday I saw a video. I was like, man, I got to get his phone number already. So I'm going to, after I leave here right now, I'm going to text my two friends that I know have his number, and I'm going to get that going.
Please, if you get to that, do you get contact him and you get an appointment with him? Please.
Yeah, I will.
Know.
You know what? I'll tell you what. You come co-host that show with me.
I'm down for that.
That's verbally binding. All right.
He was a baseball player.
Yeah.
He was actually he started like a group home, like the current people.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's not. I would love to be the same career that he has.
Yeah.
But he was the same. We started the same. I was play baseball. I had the dream, just fell, and now I'm taking care of people with SMI, and I took care of people that help my community, and that's my goal.
That's great, man. That's great.
That's my goal. What about you, Yadira? ¿Dónde te pueden encontrar? ¿Dónde te pueden localizar? Para, aunque estamos en Vegas, o sea, te van a escuchar personas de Tucson. ¿Dónde te pueden encontrar para contratar tus servicios en el salón de fiesta?
Ok. Es Celebrity Place Arizona en Instagram y Celebrity Place Arizona en Facebook.
Okay, John, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you,
I know
man.
you're busy, man.
Congrats on the new show. This is great.
Oh, my God. Thank you. You're the one. Just give me the opportunity. I'm here. Try to do better every day. Keep watching your videos to get better. And thank you very much, Yadira, for your time. Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Hasta luego.
Hasta la vista.